Hi, I'm JC from Novaquark. Welcome to Dual Universe. What you're about to see are the first live gameplay footage of Dual Universe. And I want to stress right away that this is not the final game. This is still pre-alpha, and I would even say pre-alpha tech demo. We still have lots of work to do on the gameplay, on the UI, the FX, etc. So yet we have some solid ground on the technology side on which this gameplay is actually going to be built. And I would like to show you some of the key features that we advertised in the E3 teaser, and many of you had questions whether this was real, whether this was true actually. So well, it is true, and I want to show you exactly how it is at the moment in this pre-alpha live demo. So let's go. I'm working now in this forest, as you can see all around us. This is all procedurally generated. That means that there's an algorithm that is actually planting all those trees and things that you see on the ground. So this is part of the way we create planets. There will be more about that in future videos. But for the moment, let's just run out of this forest to this clearing where there is a ship waiting for us. The ship that you saw in the teaser actually, to go to this space station. So this thing is absolutely huge. We moved it closer to the planet so you could see it better. It's actually 8 kilometers long, so this beast is a real monster. Before I go to the ship, let me just take a few minutes to show you something we didn't have time to show in the teaser actually, which is the capability to edit the planet itself. So here, as you can see, I'm using this tool to dig some matter out of the ground. So basically this is about mining. You can see down there that there's a sort of a copper source that I just found here. Symmetrically, I can also put matter on the ground or anywhere I want, as you can see here. I could use other shapes, not only spheres, but also cubes in a more Minecraft-like style. And I could actually use some dedicated tools that we are going to demonstrate in details in another video. I'll just give you a taste of it so you have an idea of what kind of things will be possible. So here, for example, I select a surface, here another surface, and boom, it's going to connect them like that. So this is just a taste of how things are done. There will be a dedicated video, especially on how you can actually use these tools to build ships and structures that can be as large as this space station, which is made with the same voxel technology. So more about that later. So let's go to the ship. So the ship, by the way, as I said, is just also a mix of voxels. You see all this gray area. Let me just, for example, edit it by adding whatever, that for example. So this can actually be modified freely, adding some whatever content on it on the voxel side. But you also have those things that we call elements that I'm highlighting right now, that are basically functional parts that you can add to the voxel structure to give your construct some functionalities, like an engine, a radar, a weapon, or a cockpit. And then you will be able to script all those things together to define the behavior of your construct. So again, there will be more about that in dedicated videos. For now, let's just step inside the ship and get to this space station. Here we go, inside the ship, taking altitude, a bit of speed, and here we go on the way up there. So as you can see, there's continuous transition from planet to space, as you saw in the trailer. One word about the UI, that you see just in front of me. This is just a placeholder. What we have in mind, ultimately at the end, is that you can customize this UI the way you like. By having widgets that corresponds to different elements that you have in your ship, so the active parts, and so that you can actually define what you're going to see and script all those things using Lua and all those things we mentioned in our dev blogs. So please have a look at that. Again, there will be more videos about this as soon as the feature is ready. So I'm taking a bit of speed now, getting up there to this tower you see on my left. I will actually try to land on top of it. I'm not a super good pilot, so I clearly need practicing It's not so easy. We have in mind actually to be able to define some automatic landing gears. So you have like a docking unit on the space station, another one on your ship, and then boom, you can actually say, just make me land, and the system is going to actually land you. For the moment, I'm doing it by hand. So here we go. Whoops, wrong side. Let me just reconnect here, and let's go here on top of the space station. So this is basically where we go. We're gonna land just next to those ships over there, and I'm going to get inside the space station. That's the idea. So here we go, landing. Oops. Yeah, I think I just collided with the ship behind me. It's okay. Good, fine. So I'm on the space station, and you see this thing is huge. I'm just in a small part of it. I can, again, as I said, completely edit it any way I want. So here I put a cube, another cube here. You get the idea. I can dig a hole in it. So this is not a static mesh. This is, again, like the planet, completely editable. I can also, put some cockpit if I wanted to. It doesn't make any sense or anything. These are elements that I can place anywhere I want on the space station to add functionality to it. Okay, so let's go now inside it. We go inside this corridor. So this is made out of voxels. I mean, the hole for the corridor is made out of voxels, but what you see around you are just elements. We call them decorative elements because those are not doing anything particular. They are just used to make nice looking corridors. You could do everything with voxels, actually. You don't need to do that. It's just a functionality we had, as you can see, so that people can customize with sci-fi looking things. And we're now entering a control room, which is sort of a gigantic place that you can build. So this is not predefined. This is completely, again, made of voxels and elements. All these screens and so on are elements that you can place 3D. For example, here, this seat is an element. This screen over there is another element. This here. So this is completely customizable. Again, I mean, what you see on the screen are just placeholders at the moment. We have the same idea like for the ship, that what you can see on these screens will be actually things that corresponds to active elements in your ship, like showing the amount of energy left, the containers capacity, the docking request, and all sorts of things that will be tied to the management of a control of a space station in a control room. So let's have a look at the planet that we just come from. It's kind of nice. You see down there is the Ark ship. That is the ship we saw at the very beginning. And you see anything that is big enough to be visible from space will be visible from space. So if you have a huge city or any big structure that you build there will be visible from space. Okay, so that's it for now. I'm going to actually go into what we call God mode. So this is not actually available in the game itself, but it's to actually give you a view around to show you a bit more of the space environment that we have. I hope you like this little tour of Dual Universe. Again, keep in mind that this is just a pre-alpha tech demo. We still have a lot of things to do on the gameplay again, but we have those technologies to edit the world, to create shapes or structures of any size, plus the fact that everybody is going to play in the same world at the same time, a single server. That is what we call the continuous single shard cluster, and that we will demonstrate in another video soon. So I think these technologies can profoundly change the MMO gameplay experience. It's all about emergent gameplay. We give you the tools to build anything you want. Structures, political structures, also economy, territories, etc. It's a gigantic sandbox universe that is persistent and never stops. So I'm going to conclude on this. Thanks a lot for watching. Please have a look at our community website, forum, Facebook, Twitter, etc. We would really love to have your feedback. I hope you liked what you saw. Bye bye, and talk to you soon again in Dual Universe.